So this is part two of boxing entertainment, and my involvement with boxing entertainment industry. So anyway, I wanted to continue talking about my involvement in the boxing entertainment industry and Don King and legendary boxing champion Muhammad Ali. Uh, and also my involvement, subsequently my involved with Marvin Hagler too, marvelous Marvin Hagler, and several other well-known, famous fighters who are also part of they're integrated with Hollywood. Each one of them was very heavily integrated with Hollywood. Hollywood studios such as Universal and Paramount Pictures and Universal Studios, Universal Pictures, etc. The major Hollywood studios, and also with television industry too, such as CBS Studios, ABC Studios, and NBC Studios, and also with HBO too, HBO Entertainment. So anyway, continuing with what I was saying about my involvement with boxing, I got as I stated and where I left off, that I was getting into boxing very heavily, and it really helped that I've already at that point had a long relationship with Steve Wynn, casino magnate Steve Wynn, and he was one of the people that was heavily into it because he owned the casinos and he owned the boxing venues. A lot of boxing venues he owned or shared ownership with Don King and also with Johnny Carson. Because you see, Johnny Carson, most people didn't know that, but he was more silent about it. But he was partnered with a lot of boxing entertainment, and he had his hand heavily in it. He had invested many millions into boxing and Friday night fight night, and he passionately loved the sport of boxing, and he made it one of his outside of the Tonight Show. He made it something that he heavily loved, and of course he loved also golf too, but boxing was his first passion, and he maintained that. But he had a partnership going with Steve Wynn, and to promote boxing in Las Vegas, in Atlantic City, predominantly both places, but predominantly Las Vegas. And he did that a lot actually, and a lot of business arrangements with business partnership arrangements that he profited off of. Johnny Carson did. And you know what? So did Don King. Don King was also heavily involved as a promoter, and he was a league owner. He rose to the point of being owner of the Boxing Association, the Boxing League Association, and he was the principal owner of it. And he wasn't the founder, but he was the principal owner of it, as well as the boxing promoter, famous boxing promoter, and so he all his life, most of his life, he had his hand in boxing in one way or another. And as I said, he took a lot of his pain and turned it in, which he had a very bad childhood, and he saw his parents literally just about kill each other right in front of him. And he would talk about that to me and Johnny, Johnny Carson. Many times the pain that he felt over his family. Don King was a private man, but not among his friends. And he often said, "If I die, I want my friends to honor me by talking about my life." And you choose what you want to talk about, but please don't forget me, and please don't always remember me, that I've given something important to you as a friend. And so be forward about my life and what I've accomplished, and even some of the personal things. It doesn't bother me that you would talk about personal things with me. I won't be here, but I'll know that I've given you permission to do it, and because it won't hurt my family. They would appreciate the fact that you're actually doing it. It's a way of honoring my life. And this was Don King's general attitude. He didn't hold back the way he thought, and it was the same way with Muhammad Ali. He didn't hold back the way he thought either. And I was friends with Muhammad Ali for a very long time. And I met Muhammad Ali through, actually, as I said in part one, I met him through Johnny Carson also. And we actually wound up becoming friends. It was very difficult at first to understand him because of the stroke condition that he had. And I still remember sitting down with at the first time with this was at a small restaurant where Johnny had invited us to come to, Don King and Muhammad Ali, and we all sat down. And one of the first things out of Muhammad's mouth was, I'm sorry for my very bad condition." And he tried his best all his life to speak. And he was very, very well self-conscious and well aware of how people interacted with him. But you know what? He was a very good friend of mine. And he struggled with a lot of people don't know, he struggled with both a stroke and then subsequently because of being hit in the head many severely, and also with Parkinson's disease, which plagued him his whole lifetime, most of his whole lifetime. So, but I was fortunate to meet these two men and to be friends with them, and to sit many multitudes of times in my lifetime where I would interact with Muhammad Ali. It was just a very exhilarating experience, and the fact that it was not easy to always to understand him. But he let you know that by shaking your hand and looking you straight in the eye, because he wasn't bashful about being straightforward and what he thought and what he wanted. And it's really difficult the last hours of Muhammad Ali's life, because he lay in a hospital bed, and Don King was there, and I remember that because the nurse placed a phone call. He couldn't even hold the phone in his hand, he was so weak. And he whispered into the phone, saying, John, my best friend, I love you, and I'll never forget the good times that we've shared, and goodbye. This will be the last you'll hear of me, and I'll never forget that I'm saying that. And I remember about 10 minutes later he died. And the nurse the nurse handed a phone, called, and then said, Don wants to talk to you. Don got on the phone and said, Mohammed just died. He loved you a lot. I remember Dolly Parton sitting there, and Reba McEntire sitting there, and I remember Joe Jackson sitting there, which is Michael Jackson's father, and they were just sitting around and going, this is a great man who just died. And very difficult for all of us being close friends of Muhammad Ali. But today I want to talk a little bit about my involvement with boxing entertainment and both men. Actually, all three of them, Johnny Carson, Muhammad Ali, and Don. And also, not to forget about Steve Wynn, too.